Lilo and Stitch is about an alien experiment that crash lands on Earth and is adopted by a 6-year-old child. The movie has been changed several times. One of them is really stupid and one of them is completely understandable. It begins at some Galactic Federation headquarters, where this doctor named Jumba is on trial for creating a creature through genetic experimentation.
I call it Experiment 626. His only instinct to destroy everything it touches!
Perhaps it can be reasoned with.
I thought the trial was that Jumba made a creature, not whether or not it was evil. Anyway, I guess they're both going to prison now, and they're being held with these guns that are trained to their DNA. Except they prioritize 626's saliva more than his body, which doesn't make any sense. Why would you program it that way? 626 just has to spit on something and the guns shoot that instead of him. This is stupid. And it gets out because whoever made these guns is a moron. Also, he's bulletproof. What are they doing? Anyway, it steals a spaceship and makes a hyper jump and just so happens to head towards Earth.
What is that?
Water. Most of the planet is covered in it.
He won't survive in water. His molecular density is too great.
Just keep that in mind for later. He lands in Kauai, Hawaii. So the councilwoman wants to destroy Earth, but she can't because they think mosquitoes are endangered species, which doesn't make any sense for several reasons, but okay. They have to catch 626 without being seen, so they're gonna send this giant four-eyed guy and this cyclops squid to get him. Yeah, this is gonna work. Meanwhile on Earth, Lilo, a 6-year-old, is swimming in the ocean alone to feed a fish, which makes her late to dance practice. I guess she was late because she was feeding a fish a sandwich.
You're crazy.
Jesus Christ! Well, she got kicked out of dance class and decides to walk home and nail the door shut. So her sister Nani is locked out now, which is great timing because the social worker shows up to look at their living condition because their parents died in a car accident about a year prior and Nani is taking care of Lilo by herself. But Lilo makes stuff up to make Nani look bad. So after the social worker Bubbles leaves, Nani chases Lilo, who hides in a cupboard with a pizza box on it. When this was released in 2002, she hid in their dryer, but I guess Disney decided that's not acceptable now and changed it. I'm guessing because it's imitable? Except 3 minutes ago, the dryer was there. Did Lilo move it? How did a 6-year-old move a dryer? On top of that, there was the sound of the dryer door opening that Nani heard, which is why she's pointing, and that was removed. So now she's pointing at nothing and it doesn't make sense, but screw it. Lilo hides in the cupboard and Nani tricks her into coming out, which causes a fight to show how stressful their situation is. Meanwhile, 626 lands in Hawaii and immediately gets run over by a truck. So they take him to an animal shelter because they thought it was a dog. What about this four-armed antenna thing made them think, yeah, that's a dog? Anyway, this, I'm assuming 20-year-old woman who can barely take care of a child decides, you know what's a good idea? Let's get this child a dog, because that's gonna help their situation. So Lilo picks the weirdest thing she can find, and the shelter just lets her buy 626.
His name is Stitch.
Okay, Stitch, because they think he's a dog. So Lilo tries to train Stitch to do dog stuff, and Stitch just goes along with it and plays nice because he knows Jumba and Pleakley are watching. Aren't they supposed to be capturing him, not making sure he's being nice? Whatever, that night Lilo and Stitch go to a restaurant where Nani is a waitress, and she gives them what appears to be chocolate cake, which is poisonous to dogs, as any adult should know. Remember, she literally thinks this is a dog. Now Jumba tries to catch Stitch, which causes a ruckus and gets Nani fired. I'm not even gonna question the 1- and 4-eyed creatures these people think are humans. These people are stupid. They take Stitch home where he immediately starts destroying things.
Be careful of the little angel!
It's not an angel, Lilo. I don't even think it's a dog.
Oh wow, she just now noticed that?
This is your bed. This is your dolly and bottle. I filled it with coffee.
Alright, remember how they changed Lilo hiding in a dryer because it was dangerous and imitable? Well, so far, Lilo has swam in the ocean alone, hit and bit another child, let a dog eat chocolate, and fed a dog coffee. All of which are dangerous things to do and easily imitable. Mostly. Why not also change those things, so David is in the ocean with her, or Lilo just cries instead of hitting Myrtle, or Nani gives Lilo and Stitch cheesecake, or Lilo fills Stitch's bottle with milk. I'm not saying they should change these things, even though they're dangerous and imitable, but if they're going to change one thing because it's dangerous and imitable, don't they have a responsibility to change everything that is dangerous and imitable? I understand the reasoning and intent behind changing the dryer thing, but do you see how dumb it is and how it can go overboard? Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, what a surprise, the alien thing isn't listening to this 6-year-old, but Stitch does like the ugly duckling or something. The next day, Bubbles the social worker stops by because he heard Nani lost her job. So she goes around the island looking for one, while Lilo and Stitch do random crap that ruins opportunities for her. So they decide to go surfing with their friend David, which is fine, except Stitch can't swim. So he freaks out after Jumbo tries to get him and drags Lilo under, so Nani has to save her while David saves Stitch. And Bubbles saw the whole thing and he's going to take Lilo to a foster home. So that's great. So now Stitch is sad and decides to leave with the Ugly Duckling book. Well, Bleakley and Jumbo are fired since they suck at their jobs, so now they're gonna catch Stitch Jumbo's way, and the councilwoman is gonna send freaking Tartarus here to catch Stitch. A mad scientist and an asshole general. There's no way this is gonna end badly. The next day, Nani goes with David to try to get a job, and Stitch leads Jumbo to Lilo's house. Oh look, the dryer's back. Wait, he can just catch that? What the hell is he running away for? I forgot he was bulletproof. Anyway, these two psychos completely destroy the house. Now Bubbles is definitely taking Lilo because holy shit, Nani sucks at being a guardian. So Lilo decides to run away, but Tartarus catches her and Stitch. Seriously, what an asshole. There's no reason for him to take Lilo. But Stitch immediately escapes. So now Jumbo and Bleakley are gonna help him and Nani get Lilo back, and they're gonna use the ship Jumbo and Bleakley used to get here, which was a last-minute change from Disney's original plan. The original scene was the group breaking into an airport, throwing all the people out of, and hijacking a commercial airplane to use to save Lilo. They then fly around while Gantu shoots at them, which causes them to fly dangerously low and between buildings of a city. At one point, Jumbo uses the wheels of the plane to run into a building in order to turn so Stitch can get to Gantu's ship. They had this almost completely animated and ready for the movie's release in the summer of 2002. But then the September 11th terrorist attacks happened, and Disney decided the events of this scene were too close to the tragic event that had just happened. What was once a ridiculous series of events that people might have found funny quickly turned into a stark reminder of an evil act that cost thousands of people their lives. So Disney changed it to using a spaceship and having them fly through a mountain range instead, which is completely understandable because not only did they change it before the movie came out, but in response to a national tragedy, especially because they end up crash landing into the ocean. Yeah. Anyway, they rescue Lilo, and I guess the councilwoman got sick of waiting, so she came to capture Stitch personally. So they're gonna take Stitch back.
Lilo, didn't you buy that thing at the shelter?
3 days ago, I bought Stitch at the shelter. I paid $2 for him. See the snap?
Wait, Lilo's been carrying this piece of paper around this entire time, and it's never gotten wet, damaged, or even wrinkled? That is bullshit, but okay. For some reason, this intergalactic council member cares about Earth rules and decides this dangerous creature who she sent 3 separate teams after and used I don't know how many resources to get can stay on Earth and just call it exile. Sure, and just to be a dick, she leaves Jumper and Bleakley there too. So they help rebuild Lilo and Nani's house. Hey look, the dryer, ah fuck it, and they become a family again. I do really enjoy this movie. I like how it covers the difficult subject of losing one's parents at a young age. It does a great job of showing how it affects Lilo, who's barely out of the toddler age and is forced to learn the harsh realities of life. And Nani, who's barely an adult and is now expected to take care of her younger sister, but yet is done in a kid-friendly way to where they probably won't pick up on it if they're young enough. I know I was making fun of it, but I do like the ridiculousness of the aliens, like Stitch posing as a dog even though he looks nothing like one, or Jumba and Pleakley successfully posing as humans but yet neither of them even have the correct number of eyes, or Earth being a wildlife preserve because aliens were convinced that mosquitoes were endangered. There are other animals they could have used that are actually endangered, but making it mosquitoes adds to the comedy. The voice acting is great. Daveigh Chase is excellent as Lilo. She does a great job making the excitement in Lilo's voice convincing when she's excited, and she can sound generally sad when Lilo is talking about her parents or when Stitch leaves. Carrere is great as Nani. She's great at sounding worried whenever Nani is talking with the social worker, and sounding frustrated and angry when Nani and Lilo are fighting. Chris Sanders does a great job as Stitch. He's fantastic at making his voice sound alien, and having the broken, awkward English as Stitch is learning the language. The animation is fantastic. I really like the 2D animation look of the characters and the vibrant colors of the environment. Stitch's design is really well done, which how he looks natural with his extra arms and antennas and when he retracts them. And the animation of him retracting them is really smooth. I didn't know they changed the dryer to a cupboard until I started working on this video, but I did know about the airplane being changed to a spaceship. Just goes to show, if you're going to change something, you should probably do it before you release your movie.
If you want to see an uncensored version of this video, or any of my other videos, check out my Patreon. If not, I appreciate you watching my video here too. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff, and thanks for watching.